All right, let's go. Ayo, we're three hot guys sharing our opinions because we're special and different. Gold medals, we're winning. Can't help it if we're burdened by our intellect. You can play checkers while we pretend we know the rules to chess. The council has spoken, and we are the chosen. Your nose is broken because I broke it.
This sucks.
And welcome back to another episode of Will of the Council. It's your boy, Joseph Rothschild. I am joined, as always, by Jordan in the booth.
Hello.
Danny in an undisclosed location.
That face when you realize Lobster Fest ends soon. Gosh. Sorry, that's like one of the ads on the post that we're about to look at.
And Becky on the ones and twos. How are you all doing today?
I guess Lobster Fest is ending soon, so bad.
What is Lobster Fest? Is this one of those stupid... is it like Toyota-thon? Can I get a 5% APR on a on a soft shell crab?
Well, it's the... I guess it's a Red Lobster, right? Like this is a classic like American chain memento.
Oh, I thought you were just being Reddit, but no... That's actually the text of this ad on Reddit.
Yeah.
TFW, we realize Lobsterfest, registered trademark, ends soon. Don't wait. Order the Lobster Lover's Dream registers trademark today.
We gotta do
Wow,
Lobster.
that's tough.
Yeah, we need Bottle Night and Lobster Fest.
Yes.
What if you work for Red Lobster and you develop an alternative Lobster Lover's Dream, right? For real lobster lovers, if you catch my drift. Like you get this tail that's all like baked and stuff, and you get the butter sauce, but you turn the tail around to the front, and what's in the front? A fleshlight head. I think that...
Oh, man. Woo, nah.
I gotta go to Red Lobster.
Yeah.
Man, y'all are horny for
Let me get the all
Yes?
you can eat, you know.
Dude, you were talking about splooting before we started. Come on.
Yeah,
That's
Jordan is
true.
insane. He will literally just like talk about the gross sex stuff for hours, and then as soon as we hit record, he's like, "I don't know what you all are doing. Like, that's disgusting.
That's true.
You all should be a little more respectful."
Yeah. I turn it. My online persona is very puritanical, for sure.
Well, I'll say this: I hope that we can all respect each other today, and won't get into any arguments as we go into our little scienarios. Danny, do you think that we will be able to resolve our differences?
No, I'm suing you for workplace abuse. You actually you had threatened to punch me and do the Super Mario victory pose.
Okay, so this is another Kanye West memento. I was ready to forgive Kanye after the new album came out. I was like, is he a Nazi?
Were you?
Yes, but the album's really good, so
Oh
I guess
my
I have to forgive him. But today it comes out. Do you want to read it, Danny?
Yeah, I'll read it. So this is from the Culture Crave account, which I had to do a double check this morning to make sure I wasn't being trolled or something. And it is
Disbussing film.
Disbussing film. And no, this is the official Culture Crave account, and these are publicly found articles through Rolling Stone, New York Times, LA Times, etc. So they're just re-reporting back. An employee claimed Ye threatened him by saying, "I'm going to punch you in the face." This is Kanye West is sued at workplace abuse. Before abruptly changing tone, mimicking Super Mario's victory dance and saying, "I'm going to give you one more chance, another life." There's a lot more to this post, so I'll keep reading. Ye went on a rant about Hitler's greatness, said the Holocaust was fake, and then had staff members come to the meeting room and watch the Batman on mute in silence.
Oh my God.
We're not done, folks. He also told employees if they got fat, they would get fired. Then at Ye's Donda Academy, by the way, he has an academy. What? He
had an academy.
It's insane. He allegedly wanted to introduce a jail where kids would be locked in cages. And lastly, threatened to go after the LGBTQ plus community next, in quotes, because, in quotes, Gay people are controlled by Bill Gates, true, so that they don't have children for population control. That's the end of the post.
I thought everything was weird until the last bullet, and I think that's actually true. I think he's just right.
I mean, okay. Do we want to say it on 3? Do we want to say it on 3? Right. 1, 2, 3. God forbid.
No. I'm not joining you on this one. No. I'm not doing. Nope. Not this one.
I mean, I don't understand what in Joe Biden's America you can't get up and go, Yahoo! The Holocaust wasn't real.
First off, I didn't even know Mario had a victory dance.
Yeah, da 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 da. Oh yeah, right. Mario time.
That's like the closest we can do, right?
You've played, yeah.
There's also, I guess, his little dance from like Super Mario RPG where he does a little shimmy back and forth. But like, does he say, you know, when he gets his star, he goes, "I'm gonna give you one more chance, another life."
Oh, that's not a bad Mario. That's no Chris
pretty
Pratt.
good Mario.
I'll tell you this.
Koopas.
I just don't know. Like, you're correct. Mario doesn't have a victory dance in like the old games. So either he's just like moving around while doing a Mario voice, or he is like sitting down and playing like Super Mario Maker 2. Like, he's like, I'm big into Super Mario Galaxy. Like,
Well, it makes sense because he used to play like Sonic with people, right?
yeah, but like those are like 90s games.
Yeah.
Like, I bet he's got to be up to date. Like, he has opinions on Odyssey, I'm sure.
What if he's really into like Smash Ultimate now? And like he goes to like Smash Locals and he plays Mario, so like that's where he gets the victory pose. But like his handle is like Mario, but with 3 parentheses on each side.
It's funny because, you know, at a Smash tournament, most of what he does would make him like the 3rd or 4th most dangerous guy in the room, right? He's like, yeah, this guy thinks the Holocaust is fake, but like we've got at
like
least
7 of those.
7 pedophiles, right? You know, like,
Just ignore him. The TOs are really nice here.
yeah.
Oh my god, our brains are so connected by like clown to clown idiocy because we both were like, yeah, there's like 7 of them.
I also
This is bad, of course. You know, I don't want to belabor the point. Obviously, like it's bad that he's like LGBTQ people or population control. He's bad that Hitler was right. You know, all that. The funniest part of this is the Batman.
It's the funniest thing I've ever heard. Imagine just being like, okay, all of you get in this room. Okay, what are we doing?
All hands right now. We are coming to the conference room. You come in, you're like, what's wrong, Ye? He goes, you have to see this movie. And you're like, here's Ye being psychotic again. He puts on the movie and there's no sound. And you're just like,
Yay, where's the sound?
Ye, do you want to...
It's better on mute, actually. So quiet.
So this is the other thing that's actually kind of fucking me up is that Ye has employees?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Who would work for him? I just like...
You...
Cloud
Have you ever been on r/Kanye? There are legions of dick suckers that would lay down their life to lick his boots for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yup.
I don't know about
100%,
this.
yeah.
Too normal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, there are a lot of people who would like to be able to say that they worked for Kanye.
Yeah, there's still like there's so many people blinded by like, you know, their nostalgia for him and like their his fame and notoriety is like his name still holds that weight, I think, in these people's minds for sure. I mean, like freaking Peggy, JPEG Mafia made and like was featured, I think, or something. I don't know if it was on the album
after he spent all that time saying how everyone was a bitch for working with Kanye.
Yeah,
and
which like, listen,
whatever.
You know, whatever to me. Like, I
don't
don't
need to
give a
hear
shit.
another white guy's opinions on Peggy.
Yeah, you
know?
also don't need to hear a Spanish guy's opinion on it. I love Peggy. It's just like
Latinx.
shit like that where you're just like, oh, okay, I get it. Like people will do anything, even to just to say they did it. You know, like now it's like, I don't know. I guess I'd put it on like Trump levels for like people who might like talk to Trump or something and be like, oh my God, well, at least I got to meet Trump or something.
I will say I think that there's a way to do this post that it like starts as believable. You're like, can you believe that Kanye told people working on the album if they got fat they'd be fired?
You're
it's
like, oh, ooh, that's
really bad.
That's screwed up.
You
Yeah,
go,
wow.
Okay, now I have a second thing to tell you.
In fact, I have 4 more other way more insane things to tell you. Anyway, let me preface this post by putting up 2 pictures. One is Kanye, and the other is Super Mario jumping up in the air. That's how, by the way, that's how Culture Crave posted the thing on the tweet. On the left you got Yay, and on the right you got Mario.
Nintendo's probably fucking pissed about that.
I don't think
what are they gonna do?
They're like, do not put our lovable
No,
plumber
dude,
next to this fucking asshole.
There's so much Mario like parody shit out there.
I know, it's whatever. But this is ridiculous. I don't know. I'm reading all these bullet points on this post, and I'm just like, what is even happening? Like,
I'm just happy he can't like post anymore, and we're hearing this kind of like through other means, and I'm like, oh well, he's still insane. All right, you know.
Anyway, I hope he gets sued into the ground. I hope he loses all his money.
He's already lost all his money.
He was broke in T-Lop, right?
Yeah, he's been broke for like 10 years now. And it's not like he can really get more money, because as soon as he gets it, he loses it all because he alienated anyone who would even be remotely good at finance in his life.
Yeah,
he was like, I hate everyone who is looking out for me. And so everyone left, and then he's like, now I need a new person to do my finance. Oh, before I do that, I hate all Jews. Now, which one of you Nazis wants to do my books for me? Like, it's all 14-year-old groypers working for him now. They're not going to have a good handle on tax law, all right?
That's fair. That's fair. All right, well, as long as his life is bad, that's all I care about.
And on that note, let's
do it up. On that note.
Let's begin with one that I think we're chomping at the bit to talk about. Jordan sent us this, and then Leah Asimov sent us this independently. So we've gotten this one a number of times. And if you want to hear more about Leah, you can hear it at the Patreon.
So can I actually preface this like a tiny bit?
Yeah, what do you got?
So to preface this one has actually been making the rounds on reddit.com a lot. And I know a little bit of the context because not only has this post been making the rounds, it's made the rounds a couple times because the person keeps posting it.
No.
So it's so good. That's
what?
All. There you go.
I didn't even know that.
So this comes from r/AITAH, which I think is now larger than Am I the Asshole? Like, it has more activity. Because Am I the Asshole is terrible.
Okay.
Okay, so this comes from u/throw coffee dumb. AITAH for canceling, by the way, I believe is spelled wrong. Don't hold me to it. I'm pretty sure you spelled it wrong.
It can have one or two
I think you're
L's,
right.
I think.
Really?
No, I think it can have... I think it correctly can be spelled with one or two L's.
What the fuck? I'm literally looking it up. Oh my god, you're right.
Yeah. One L is this is one of those American/British things. Whatever.
Well, I speak the Queen's English, so I think this person deserves to be shot. All right, am I the asshole for
different reasons?
Canceling my order at this coffee shop? All right, here we go. I was at this coffee shop, and the cashier was really pretty. She had a cool anime tattoo also. I was going to get some coffee and a donut, and I said, hey, I like your tattoo. What's your favorite character from that anime? She kept a straight face and just said, how can I help you? I then said, I really like anime too, and I just wanted to see what shows and characters you liked. She still showed no emotions and was like, sir, do you want anything? I just said, actually, I did. But you made me change my mind. Bye. And I walked away. I didn't want coffee anymore after that. I was trying to be nice and get to know her, and she was acting like that. Folks.
And as I was walking away, I shit my doo-doo diaper and cried all the way home.
Folks, I mean, what are we thinking about this?
Okay. Can I please? I know I start so much. I'm so sorry.
Go.
Okay. So I actually have a lot of thoughts on this because obviously this guy is annoying as fuck. But I don't think he was bad at the start, right? Because he goes to the coffee shop, notices someone he's attracted to behind the counter, got a cool anime tattoo, trying to strike up a conversation. He says, hey, I like your tattoo. What's your character from that anime? She kept a straight face and she just said, how can I help you? This is the moment where, as a guy, you go, I have now taken the hint. I would like a black coffee and a fucking regular glazed cake donut, please. Right? Like, that is the moment where you have to go, all right, fair enough. Not the time or the place. I will now order my coffee and donut. The minute you try to press the issue and be like, did you hear me compliment your tattoo, my queen? Like, it's over. You're an asshole now. you can approach and ask, and if, you know, the conversation goes that way, then that's fine. But the minute she is clearly dropping the hint of, this is not the time or the place, I'm not into you, like, I'm here behind the counter working, that's when you got to step back and realize, okay, I'm not going to press the issue. I will order my coffee. Have a nice day. That's it.
Jordan, you are absolutely correct.
Of course I am, but yes.
You got rejected. And
got
it's
rejected.
okay.
Yes.
Just move on.
Yeah.
You go, oops, that's it. No more. Dunzo.
Yep.
I do
Because I
agree.
Go ahead, Joseph.
Go ahead.
I want to say I do want to get out ahead of the people who are like, it was bad of him to do this in the first place.
See,
I think
I
that-
knew this was going to come up, and I'm
I
happy you
think
brought
there's
it up.
an argument that, like, in a lot of times, you know, people, especially in service roles, are like, here we go, another guy hitting on me. I understand that. I also think, you know, if you're vibing, it's okay. Like, if you have a rapport with someone at a restaurant, or if you have, like, if there's a place you go a lot and you're a regular and you know someone and, you know, maybe you chat them up, I don't think that's, like, too bad.
Yeah.
I wouldn't advise seeing someone for the first time and trying an opener. But what you've just experienced, trying an opener and then being told, sorry, are you trying to get something? That's it. It's over.
Yep.
You tried, you failed. It's a very low stakes interaction. The two of you have made your intentions clear. Move on.
Yeah. Because I'm really glad you brought that point up, because I was actually having a conversation with Mariah after she sent me this post. And there is a lot of empathy I have for the argument of, you know, like women will say, like, you know, I don't want to be seen as, like, always, like, potentially available in every public space that I go.
Yeah.
Right? Because that
Yes.
does suck. Like, I do not
It
want to be
sucks.
approached by men all the time, just because, like, I'm always this potential romantic relationship just walking around. Like, I'm not a piece of meat. I empathize with that. I can't say I understand, because, of course, I'm a man. I've never experienced that sort of power dynamic difference, right? But I do empathize with that, for sure. Like, you know, I don't want to constantly just be, you know, some target just walking around, like, in the gym or while I'm working or something like that. That does suck. On the other hand, I don't want to say that, like, it's never acceptable to try, I don't like the phrase an opener, but at least try to, like, strike up a conversation with somebody that you find attractive, because then, like, if that's bad, then how are we meeting people, right?
I mean, this
Through
has been
apps, and that's it.
what you're describing is kind of the general problem of the last, like, 15 years of human interaction, right? Is because the nation has become infinitely more atomized. There are so few places where you can meet another person under any circumstances that it's really hard to have, like, a meet cute or something. And
yeah, definitely.
As, like, sort of apps have streamlined the process and completely removed, like, the ability of people to set each other up on blind dates and, like, do speed dating opportunities and shit like that, it can be really hard to be lonely. And it can feel like, you know, there are no opportunities to even speak to someone else. So I get feeling like this person has a shared interest in me, as me, I might as well. I get that impulse. It is a hard line to kind of negotiate. You know, for me, I think the easy way to do it is to be like, it's okay if it's a place that you go frequently, if you have spoken to this person more than once, and if you have the ability to have a fun conversation with them. You know, I don't think anyone's gonna, you know, get frustrated for you for that. But even what this guy does, I think some people would draw the line there and be like, that's fine, that's okay. Where it stops being okay, of course, is when he presses the issue.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know how to describe this like first initial, like, hey, I like your tattoo. Is it strange to say that I think that's fine, but I think, like, inquiring further without, like, having the nuance or the context, like you described, Joseph, like, you know the person, or like you've been there a lot or whatever, I feel like going in line to order something and just, like, being, you know, offhand being like, oh, hey, I like your tattoo, just because you genuinely like it or whatever. I think
fine.
that's
yeah,
cool.
Do that all the time. I do that constantly to everyone.
Yeah, because like I don't know, sometimes you really do just like genuinely enjoy like something someone's like wearing or like a ring or an earring or a shirt, whatever. But then like there's something about inquiring what's your favorite character from that anime. It sounds like a dating line, right?
Like
it
a
sounds
test,
like a test, and that's where I'm like, ugh, dude, you're in line. Like I'm not here to like. Because like I've been retail, we've all been retail here, and like there might be customers behind you. Like I'm busy, especially the way like you have to work nowadays. At these kinds of retail jobs, like it sucks. Like you have a lot of shit to do, and the last thing you want to do is like get quizzed about your tattoo that you have. Like, please, I'm begging you, order your coffee. Like I understand we need a place to talk and do this stuff, but like. Without that kind of stuff, I hate it. But I think we should move to the part where he's like, I really like anime too, and I just wanted to see what shows and characters you liked.
That makes it obvious. Yeah, I know, but that's what makes it obvious is like he's trying to, as fast as possible, establish a connection between the two of them, right?
Yes.
Which would be fine if the initial reception was, like, he says, hey, I like your tattoo, and she immediately goes, oh, wow, thanks. Like, I'm surprised you know what this is, or something like that, right?
Right,
but
exactly.
When the response is a straight-faced, how can I help you?
Just
you
like,
don't further try to establish that connection. It's clearly not there.
How do you force the connection after she gives you the coldest reply ever? Just, hey, what's your favorite character from that anime? She goes, how can I help you? The ice age has set in.
Well,
it's over.
So two things about this. Firstly, I love his Reddit ass response where he's like, I was gonna buy something, but now I'm not going to because you didn't interact with. Amazing.
Karen mode activate.
You lost a customer. But I also like that it's not that she like, oh, what's the sister in Scott Pilgrim, Julie? It's not that
Julie.
she does a like,
so.
Can I help you like type thing after he says, this. It says she kept a straight face and said, how can I help you? And then it says she showed no emotions and was like, sir, do you want anything? She wasn't like epically owning him. She didn't like emasculate him in front of everyone. She was just like, oh, how can I help you? And he was like, that's too much. You can't be acting like that. You have to respond.
Oh,
it's great.
It's insane.
I think we can all agree that like it is hard to meet people. It can be frustrating when you see someone who you're attracted to, you have a shared interest in, and you don't hit it off. And we can also all agree this guy is an unrepentant freak and deserves nothing.
Yeah, it's like, because I do understand how frustrating it can be, like,
right,
to feel like you're not meeting anybody, because, oh my god, dating apps fucking blow ass now. They're so bad.
Do.
Like, I went through the Tinder golden era, but like now dating apps are literally like the only thing people use to meet for a potential romantic interest, it feels like. And oh my god, it's just the way they work is so frustrating. Like, it's an algorithm that you have to get put in front of people. It sucks. It just sucks. So it can feel really frustrating to finally meet somebody that you think is cute and that has a shared interest. So you really want to like not like quote unquote miss this chance, right?
Yeah.
But that person does not owe you their time, and honestly, if they look good and they have a nerdy interest, they probably get hit on a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So it's like she's not in the mood. Like, you just have to have the social skill of when you're in the market looking for a potential partner, not everybody is a potential partner. You know what I mean? There's just, you have to navigate this more carefully and not in such an entitled way to think that this woman owes you her time, because she doesn't. And she clearly communicated a very polite rejection, and you got to just be like, all right, that's cool. I'll take it.
All right, everybody.
So wait, before we get into the voting, this guy, so you guys told me that this guy made multiple of the same posts.
He posted it a bunch of places. And the reason I know this is because the screenshot I was sent includes a comment. It says, and I just see the first sentence. It's a response to this that says, the fact that you're posting this story so many times, hoping, and then I can't see the rest, but that's all I see in the screenshot. So I know that this was posted by this person multiple times, trying to elicit different types of responses depending on the times it was posted. And it's like, no, I'm sorry. You're in the wrong here, no matter how many times you post it.
Oh my God, you're right. He posted it on Am I the Asshole AH, but also r/am I wrong?
Cool.
Am I wrong?
Cool, dude.
All right.
Am I wrong?
Decision time.
Well, I mean, folks, do we think this guy was wrong? 3, 2, 1.
Yes. 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 We're not beating the hating men allegations.
This is something I've actually thought about a lot, because I really do empathize with the not wanting to be approached romantically all the time, no matter where you are. But I also really don't want the world to constantly, or just further delve into toxic individualism where the only way we meet people is on a social media dating app. That shit sucks so bad.
Yeah, I think most people understand.
There's definitely a middle ground between the two.
I think most people understand. Yeah, I think most people get it and understand that, like, you know, I feel like this scenario that we're describing has been a tale as old as time, right? Like, guy who can't figure out that has been rejected.
Yeah.
Not that, you know, the West has fallen. There's no more socializing. Shut up. Go outside.
The council has spoken.
Well, we have talked at length about a guy who was absolutely in the wrong, but for this next one, I'm going to give you some tough ones. We've been having it too easy on this show, so these next two are going to be
been easy lately.
What? Let it be easy. I love when things are easy.
No, we got to argue again.
Fuck you.
Come on.
Bitch.
This comes from r/AITAH once again.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to let you all know this one has a slur in it, and I'm going to say the slur. I think it's imperative that I say the slur.
Folks, if you want to hear the slur, subscribe to the Patreon.
No, you don't have to subscribe. I'm going to say it.
Don't say it.
I'm not
No,
fucking
no.
with you.
No,
I'm going to say
we
it.
should have money for
Let me
slurs.
see what the slur is.
All right, here it is.
Oh,
Am I
God.
the asshole for refusing to donate my kidney to my dying sister because she got with my high school bully? This one's wild. This one is a roller coaster from the get. All right, let's jump into it.
Whoa. Okay.
Throwaway, because this has a lot more personal information than I want on my main. All names are fake though. Fuck mobile formatting. I'm a 35-year-old gay man. When I was in high school, I was bullied severely by Darren. I won't go into the details, but it was really bad. Past the point of typical high school douchebaggery. In my sophomore year, I made the mistake of coming out to one of my friends who spread the information around the school. Before this, Darren had targeted me for being unathletic and wearing glasses, and had done this to a couple of other kids as well, but after I was outed, it was only me, and only because of my sexuality. After school, I moved away for college. I made friends, I got a boyfriend, I forgot about Darren, until Thanksgiving. One Thanksgiving, my sister Ellie brought home her boyfriend, Darren. No joke, the first thing he said when he saw me was, "Damn, Ellie, you didn't tell me your brother's a fag." Ellie laughed.
Wow.
As did my dad. I was stunned, but I didn't yell or start a fight. I got up and walked out. After the fact, my family tried to play it off as Darren joking because he was nervous meeting the family. They told me that he and Ellie were serious, so I had to get over it. I told them all I wouldn't be attending any event where Darren was. In private, I told Ellie that I felt hurt she'd date him, knowing what he did to me. She called me too sensitive and told me she has the right to date who she likes, which, yeah, she does. Since then, I've been putting distance between myself and my family, who have readily accepted Darren into the fold. Recently, my mom reached out to tell me that Ellie was in the hospital and needed a kidney transplant. The rest of the family had been tested, and none could donate, and my mom wanted me to get tested because I'm her full brother with a high likelihood of a match. The thing is, after all these years, Ellie is basically a stranger to me. If I were to do this, I would drive 3 states back to my hometown, miss a ton of work, and give up a piece of my flesh for the woman who dated and eventually married the guy who made my high school days a living hell. I told my mom I would not be getting tested. She freaked out over the phone. I hung up on her, but before I did, I heard her call me vindictive and a monster for refusing to save my sister's life. I do feel guilty about it. That's the end of the post.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yeah, we started with the guy who said, can I get an anime, please? Here we go, right? This one's a little difficult. Anyone
yeah.
want to start?
Man.
I started the last one. I got my easy one.
Let me start. I get this post a lot. So this is obviously very complicated. And I think, well, maybe I shouldn't start because I'm straight, and maybe we should let the guy who actually is not straight start.
That's actually a great point.
Because like,
Good
as
call,
much as
Danny.
I'd love to be like, as a straight guy, you know, like, here's my thoughts. Did
Too
Joseph? Oh, what?
I need to hear your thoughts.
Okay. All right. Fine.
All right.
So it is super understandable that this guy has reached this point where he has been resentful through his whole life about this guy who continuously he's trying to forget. Darren in question, you know, has tried to live his life, you know, has come out as a gay man, has a boyfriend, and is trying to live his life as, you know, a member of the LGBTQ community. And it can feel like, at least I think for our poster, that there's this kind of subconscious hate for him kind of being gay, right? And this is shown clearly through his high school life, obviously probably his social life and his cultural life, probably growing up. You know, it's only kind of a recent thing that gay people are more accepted in our communities, and it's sad that that's the case, but you know, that's what it is. And you know, after fighting kind of through that his whole life, you know, his family pretty much says, we're not on your side. We are on your sister's side. His sister says, I don't care about you, which is a choice she made, and he acknowledges it, and is honestly respectful of it. He's not being mean. He's like leaving her alone pretty much, and has probably made the correct decision to make himself safe in his life, to estrange himself from his family. And so when the family comes out and wants something from him, which, you know, of course, disclaimer, is important, it's family, etc. I completely understand that. But I think it's understandable that he had this reaction and, you know, on first go was like, no, you know, you guys were never there for me. You know, the sister obviously wasn't there for him. She didn't hear him out and pretty much had to estrange his life, which I think is, I feel like a common thing. Joseph can correct me if I'm wrong, but a common thing for gay people, trans people, and LGBTQ communities tend to have, like, you know, falling outs in families just like this, and they have to kind of estrange themselves from their family members, like this guy, to keep themselves safe from people who would kind of make their lives miserable, like Darren. He didn't mention Darren apologized to him. They didn't mention that Darren like reached out and was like, listen, I'm a part of your family. I want to get to know you. You're the brother. Like, you're going to be living my life if I'm going to marry Ellie, etc. No, none of that. So like, I don't know. I'm reaching to this point. And I'm saying I get it. I get why he said no. Is it morally, probably ethically wrong for him to maybe donate the kidney or whatever? Yeah. But while she said it's my decision to date Darren, even though he called you the F slur, it's his decision to not donate his kidney, right? Like, if they're going to use that kind of logic, don't expect the same kindness to be repaid to you. That's my piece. I spoke for a little too long.
No, I think it's all good. Let's
go.
This is a rough one. This one's
rough.
This one's really hard. I guess I would say you are spot on. Like, not trying to be like as a bisexual.
Well, no,
but
this
like,
is where you can be our
even-
minority.
Yeah, our fucking
Yeah.
diversity hire. No, even as a you know, I'm bi. If they pass the law that makes it illegal to, you know, be in a same-sex marriage, you know, I'm gonna be straight again. You know, they're gonna I'll do what I gotta do. And I'm very lucky to have that ability. But, you know, I have experienced stuff that is pretty analogous to this. And I kind of, you know, it's hard not to ask yourself, you know, where would you land on this if something like this happened to you? I feel like over the course of Will, I've tried to kind of preach a sort of, kind of an ethic of forgiveness. I think that there is kind of a gut reaction to be like, you were mean to me, I can be mean to you. I am permitted to do some eye for an eye shit.
Right.
The kindness that you failed to give to me, I can now fail to give to you. And I really don't like that mentality. I think it's super destructive. I think it leads to people just rationalizing every terrible thing they do. I tend to write people a lot of checks for the people that they were earlier in life. Like if Darren bullied him like junior and senior year of his high school, like that's really bad. But the guy's 35 now, If he's changed, I could see, potentially accepting him into his life. And the consequences for this are unthinkable. The sister could die.
Yeah.
The doctor said he's a high likelihood for a match. Like, you may be the only opportunity here. That's all preface for me saying, I agree with you, Danny. I think this is a bridge too far. This is not extend a kindness to your bully from high school. This is undergo an extremely dangerous medical procedure that will, at least a little bit, shorten your life for the benefit of someone who has said to your face they value you less than the hypothetical ability to date someone that was mean to you in the past. The two of you have come to a consensus previously that you don't need to be in each other's lives. A consensus that she has abided until the point when she needed something from you. Darren has not changed. Like, it would be different if instead of being the way he was, he saw you and went, oh my God. And he could even make an offhand remark about how you're gay and then be like, hey, I'm really sorry for all I did to you. I hope the pair of us can move past this. I want you to know, what I did was wrong. I'm a changed man or something like that. To my understanding, he's done none of that. And the only thing that he said that even remarked on his sexuality was like a slur, followed by the rest of the family being like, well, he is kind of a fag, right? Like, you're really going to stick your neck out for people like that?
That's insane.
Awful.
It's insane.
That's terrible. And so I understand. The thing that is really keeping me on the edge here is the consequence is so big.
Right. Of course. And he rightly feels guilty, because I'd feel guilty too, of course.
I think his heart's in the right place.
Right.
I think he should feel guilty. I think that, like, he is making a decision to potentially endanger his sister's life, but I think he's spot on in saying his sister is functionally a stranger at this point.
Yep.
The decisions that she and the family have made have led to this guy building a life for himself without them. And I understand that they need him in this moment, but this is not the woman babysitting the kids for a couple of hours while they go to the hospital,
Oh, yeah.
This is not someone watching your laptop at the airport while you go to the bathroom. This is undergoing a dangerous surgery that will shorten your life for people who do not give one fuck about you.
Yep.
And I don't know. It is cruel and it is mean, but I am fully on this poster's side. I can't believe they would even ask him, to be honest.
Yeah.
I know. I really, honestly, I thought after reading the post, or after reading the title, I was like, how the fuck am I going to make a decision on this? And then we walked through it, and I'm like, there's no way I would do it. There's no way. There's no way. I mean, of course I'm straight, so once again, I can empathize.
Hey man, you and me both.
But what if Danny and I were dating, and Danny was your brother, and we came to your house, and I went, hey, damn, Danny, I didn't know your brother was a straggot.
Yeah.
Would you give me your kidney?
The problem with straggot is that it sounds like a spaghetti, like.
Yeah. Look, all I'm getting at is, like, I thought this was going to be a hard decision, and I basically immediately came to the decision that no fucking way. Like, no way. I'm sorry. Sometimes, like, I don't even think this was a decision made in spite. Like, I don't think this is like, well, oh, you're going to date this guy? Well, you die now. Like, I don't think so. I think it's literally like, I don't really know these people anymore. And functionally, I don't even feel like a part of this family anymore.
Not to center this on an ethic of forgiveness, right? But, like, it seems like this poster has made a lot of peace with their decisions. Like, He
Yes.
understands the decisions they've made. He says in here, she told me she has the right to date who she likes, which, yes, she does. He understands her autonomy. He respects it. And he says, the consequence of that is that I just can't be a part of this family.
Yep.
Like, that's
And
right.
that's what
That's
happened.
correct.
It was 100%. That is what happened, too. He's not really a part of the family. Since then, I've been putting distance between myself and my family, who seem to have readily accepted Darren into the fold. Recently, my mom reached out to me, the rest of this, and it's like, the thing is, after all these years, like, I know this is that really, I'm agreeing with you, Joseph, in the sense that the consequence is
It's so
extremely
huge. Yeah.
high. And I know that if this was a fucking video game, the thing that gives you good karma points or whatever would be
The
to
Mass
give the
Effect,
person
yeah.
yeah, the fucking Mass Effect Paragon option is to give her the kidney. But it's like, it's not that simple, right? It's just, this is not that simple. I can't be mad at the poster for this.
No.
Like, I really do empathize
No.
with them. Yeah, this he's hurt like crazy. Like, oh no. Look, last thing I'll say. There are a lot of boxes that could have been checked by the family or by the sister or by Darren previously, which would have made me disagree with this. If Darren tried to make amends, asked for forgiveness, if the family didn't kick him out, if the parents like stood up for him and say, "Hey, don't call our son a slur." Like, they laughed when he said that.
Yeah.
Like, no. This is like, they missed all the opportunities to earn this son's love.
People
back.
asked in the
And-
comments that exact question. Did he ever apologize? And they answered. The original poster answered and said no.
At that point, he's just a shitty husband. Like, here's an
Yeah.
opportunity
Yeah.
to save your wife's life, and you're like, no, he really is gay. Have you seen him? I don't know.
God.
I think we can actually 1, 2, 3 this, despite the fact that I thought it was going to be pretty
I know.
difficult.
I think we
I think we can,
we've
too.
had a lot of 1, 2, 3s lately. Like, this is, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but this actually is a very easy 1, 2, 3.
Decision time.
All right, ready? Is this guy the asshole for damning his sister to hell? 1, 2, 3.
No.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
To kind of assuage the fears of the audience, I know, because if you, like me, are like hung up on how bad this is going to be for the sister, they do offer a bunch of actually good advice in the comments. Apparently, there are some kidney registries that allow you to donate a kidney in a trade with someone who would be a match for someone. So if one of the family members or Darren decides to be magnanimous enough to donate a kidney, that will bump her to the top of the list for someone who matches her. So looks like it's in their hands anyway.
Yeah.
Wow, I had no idea.
I had no idea about that. That's pretty bad, because I know people in my life who have had kidney transplants, and I had no idea about that.
Yeah, no, I think people just generally don't have an idea about it, which is why everyone in the comments is like, wait, that exists? But, like, it makes logistical sense, right? Like, just trade up. Ugh.
Huh.
The council has spoken.
All right. Everyone ready for the last one?
Yay.
Yeah, get me out of this one. God,
Jesus.
That one was
that
That one was rough. This next one, I think, is going to be rough, not because it is such a devastating question, but because I think we all have been both people in this Am I the Asshole?
Oh, no.
This
I don't like
for
where
the
that's
third
going.
time comes from AITAH. We're getting a lot of use out of this subreddit. It is locked,
Yeah.
which is great.
That's when
Okay,
you know the post is good.
The title of this one is AITAH for offering sex and then rejecting it because boyfriend wanted to finish his game first.
Yeah! God forbid men do anything!
Babe, you don't understand. This Balatro run is out of this fucking world. I'm flush 5 every hand.
We're going to Ante 15!
Oh my god. Okay.
I got the
Here's
blueprint Joker and everything.
Okay, here's the text. So me and my boyfriend have been together since we were 20 for 7 years now. The sex has become less frequent. That mostly has to do with my own sex drive becoming less and less. Lately, we've been talking about this a lot because it's starting to frustrate him. The sex was down to about once a month at some point. Once a month. That. How y'all feeling about that as a
That's
benchmark?
rough. That's so rough.
It is rough, but I do understand. There are a lot of reasons why a person's libido could lessen. I mean,
For sure. But I feel like that's like the indication, right? Like,
Yeah, for me, once a month is the floor. Like, if you're having sex more than once a month, it's like, all right, I mean, like, this could be worse. But, like, once it's once a month, then I think you probably have to have a conversation.
It's time to
about
figure
it, right?
stuff out.
I will agree with that. I do agree with that.
All right.
I do.
Well, we talked about it. Wait, what the fuck? They talked about it. Are we still on Reddit?
Whoa, oh my God.
what's going on here? We talked about it, and he explained he only wants to have sex with me if I also want it 100%.
Well,
this just doesn't happen very often for me. So we made an agreement that if I was not at 100, but I wasn't not in the mood, I would try to make an effort to get there. That's a pretty normal problem. I don't really have. This is okay.
Yeah, okay.
Sure.
Yesterday, I was driving home from work, and I had the mindset to surprise him. So after dinner, I left the living room and got all dressed up. He likes lingerie, so I put on some stockings, high heels, a mini skirt, and a corset. I also put on some nice makeup and was excited. I was about to make him very happy. When I walked into the living room, he looked happy and excited when he saw me, but he explained he just started a raid with his clan members on RuneScape. I don't know the exact name of the raid, but he always calls one the difficult spider lady for me, so I understand which one it is. To our RuneScape viewers, you have to tell us which one this is. He said he didn't want to ruin the raid for his raid members and told me it would take him about 10-15 minutes. I walk into the bedroom alone and a little sad because I feel like he chose his game over me, especially when I put in this much effort to create a nice evening for him and cater to his needs. Long story short, I got cold and upset. I crawled into bed. He wanted to join me about 20 minutes later, and I wasn't in the mood anymore and said he lost his shot this night. I feel like I ruined his night when I was trying to make it better. AITAH.
Oh, man.
Bro, RuneScape is gonna be there. Like, give it up, man.
All right.
You can raid some other time. You have a much more
I think we
important boss
actually
fight.
are going to have a disagreement on this because
I think we are,
way.
actually.
I hate to say this. I stand with gamers.
No,
I stand for gamers.
I also
rights.
kind of stand with gamers on this one. I'm sorry.
Look at it from this guy's perspective, okay? His wife
Oh
does
my
not
God.
initiate sex with him particularly often. He has made a plan after dinner, which he hasn't filled his wife in on. Oh, his wife probably doesn't need to know his fucking raid plans. To meet with other people and do a raid together. His wife shows up after spending an hour getting sexy for him without telling him and says, hey, get offline. Let's have sex. The guy says, I'd really like to. Can you wait 10-15 minutes? Which turns her off immediately. He's not going to ruin 7 other people's nights for this. Like, if he planned it and she made spontaneous plans and those plans don't line up with his plans, that sucks for everyone involved. But, you know, what did you expect?
He's right.
No, but like intimacy is not like this. No, intimacy is not like always this scheduled thing.
I
Like-
know.
like-
No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
with
but
that,
if you're not
but-
going to schedule intimacy, you have to be understanding when it doesn't work according to schedule. And I think he's being
There's
pretty
no-
amicable here, being
And-
like, hey, this is so cool. Let me get to you in 10 minutes. Like, I have to wrap this up.
He's not even rejecting her. He's like, oh my God, that's awesome. Give me a bit. I'm going to finish this. They're in the middle of something. I don't want to ruin their night. Just give me 10-15 and I'll be right there. And instead of her reciprocating and being like, hell yeah, I'm so excited. I'll wait 10-15 for you, baby. I love you. No, it's the whole night's ruined and you ruined your one shot with me. Dude, come on.
Told to a guy who doesn't get laid often. Sorry, you lost your shot because I decided I was in the mood at this time, which didn't line up with plans you had made independently.
And
Like,
that's not fair to the guy
that's
who,
not fair.
in this
Yeah, come on.
situation, who clearly has plenty of sex drive, wants to have sex a lot, and she's starting to lose her sex drive. So she gets to like lord this over him and be like, "Well, you lost your shot." And it's like, "What? You're the one with the losing drive, not him. That's not fair. You can't just be like." You know, unless you communicated but earlier and said, listen, this might come surprising, so please be ready. Like, I don't know when I'm going to have this sex drive. So, like, can you just, like, don't do raids, don't do that? If that was the case and he still did the raid, I'd sing another story and say, well, dude, you knew this. Like, she told you that she's not, like, sexy enough or she doesn't have her sexual drive often. But that's not the case here. If you go for the surprise sex and he's busy with something, you know, gotta wait a little sec. And if that ruins this night, well, come on.
I'm sorry. There's no way I can argue you guys out
Let
of
me
this.
put you in this position. Let's say
Yeah, okay.
Let's say
my wife walks into the room right now and asks me, "Hey, get off the podcast." I'm done.
Let's not talk about something as important as a podcast. Let's say
Okay.
Let's say you're at a YCS And let's say that the round you are currently playing determines if you top or not. You get a text as you're shuffling. Your wife says, hey, I came to the YCS. Come down to the parking lot, hop in the car that I drove in, and we'll have steamy car sex. Are you dropping to do that?
Yeah, I'm out.
You are a fucking idiot.
That's not
Are you
true
kidding me?
either.
You're out. You're lying. You're just lying.
I don't think she would do that. I don't think she would.
You're
do
just
that.
lying. You're lying.
Well, see, that's it. You just said it.
But
You just said it. You just said she would never do that. Correct. Because she understands
the
it's
thing is
important
that
to you.
okay,
She
well,
gets that shit's
okay.
important to you. She would never do that to
But
you.
the thing is, like, the RuneScape raid is gonna be there all the time.
It's
There's
not
different
about the
stages.
raid. It's about the people who are spending their nights, the other people who are in the raid. It's not about him and his raid. He understands he can do a raid at any time, but he's ruining other people's nights. That's not fair to the people that they coordinate with. It's like doing like anything you're coordinating with other people. Like, like it's not about the thing you're doing. It's about the time you're wasting from other people.
I'm sorry. I can't even argue with it because like I'm never gonna be able to pull you guys off the
Yeah, because
pedestals
we're
you're on.
right.
'Cause we're right.
Me arguing
just
with
don't
people that
care.
the Earth is flat, and you're like, oh my god, I'll never be able to convince you people. Oh my god.
Yeah, no,
You're just
I
so
don't
set in your ways, you globe heads.
I just like I don't know. I think since this is such like a contentious, I guess, point in the relationship with the thing that they've had serious conversations about working on, I don't know. Like I'd get my ass off the game, I guess. Like
Look at it
enjoy
from
your
his
raid, boys,
perspective,
I'm
right?
out.
This is his perspective. He doesn't have sex often. And the reason he doesn't have sex often is because he asks her to have sex, and she is very frequently like, I'm sorry, I'm not into it tonight. Completely normal, by the way. But imagine that your sexual experience is like, sorry, I'm not into it. 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 I am into it for the next 15 minutes exactly. Come here if you want it. Sorry, I'm not into it. Sorry, I'm not into it. Sorry, I'm not into it. Like,
Yeah,
that
I
is
know.
Pavlov ass shit at that point.
Yeah, like okay. Here's the thing. You are making very good points.
You are just,
Okay.
you're just I know you're an insane
Well, okay.
person, so it's not gonna bounce
I
off.
can't take myself out of the
I
situation.
actually
though.
understand where Jordan's at in his head because he's
I
just a
understand
big,
where his head's at too.
He's just a big sploot master, so he's just like he can't stop being like, oh my god, wife, like of course,
yeah,
like that's
God.
his, like yes, we all, it would be awesome to have sex with our wonderful wives or whatever, but like every scenario deserves nuance and a decision.
I know. I just can't here, man.
Let me turn some dials here for you. Let's say that have you seen the movie Elf?
Oh, what?
Have you? Yeah, you have?
Yes, I've seen
Okay,
Elf.
you know the scene when Buddy's missing, it's near the end, in the forest, and the guy's kid comes in to a pitch meeting and goes, Buddy's missing. And he goes, I'm sorry, we got to reschedule the pitch meeting. My son's missing. And he goes, if you walk out of this pitch meeting, you're fired. You know that scene?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say you are in a similar scenario. You're in the most important business meeting of your life, and your wife calls you and says, hey, we can have extremely mid-sex, maybe like I would say 3 out of 10 sex, if you come home right now. And your boss goes, you leave this meeting right now, and you will be fired from this institution, and you will die destitute on the street. Are you taking it?
Different scenario.
Yeah, I know.
Disappointment is not on the line.
I understand. I'm turning dials here. I'm turning dials. So it's a no there, right?
All right.
No. Yes. No.
So wait,
no.
what if we say, well, we can have really good sex, and let's say that you haven't had sex in like 2 weeks. Are you losing your job over that?
No,
and
I'm
then,
not losing my job.
And then we could tune it down a little more. What if instead of
What if
losing
thing
your
was
job,
different?
it's just you inconvenience a whole bunch of people at work? Would you do it then?
Okay. Look again. Different scenario.
I know. I'm just
Work
turning
is
dials.
Different.
Well, and then what if this is the last?
Oh my God,
what
so-
if instead
it's
of
so annoying to
inconveniencing
argue
a
with.
bunch of people like your work colleagues, you're inconveniencing a bunch of your close friends? Would you still say yes to it?
Probably. Look. Okay. If I'm playing fucking Baldur's Gate with the homies, okay, and we like struggled to get a night to like play, but all of a sudden we're about to start, and my wife jumps in the room and is like, actually, I have a different plan. I'm leaving. I'm not playing Baldur's Gate.
Okay, let's say that instead of Baldur's Gate, you're playing a fucking game that requires everyone to work together, and all of you like sawed off parts of your night to be there. You know, it's not like you're an interchangeable cog in this machine. Like, it is necessary for you to be there for everyone else to be able to play the game. That's the scenario he's described. You're leaving?
Yeah, I would leave.
That's just like a shitty thing to do.
In your perspective, I don't care. The game's gonna be there. Like,
But your friends are not going to be there.
look, man, I don't know. I do get where you're coming from, and I do think it is shitty what she did. Like, I do agree that being like, oh, well, you don't get it anymore, I guess, is like a little shitty. But like, I personally in this situation, I would have gotten my ass off.
I think you are thinking too much.
Is he wrong? Is she wrong? I don't know. I can't get past the idea of having sex.
Oh my God. I think you are thinking too much about this in a vacuum of, oh, it's like a game, it'll be there. Like, because if we interchange the game to something else, like Joseph mentioned, like a work thing or like an important thing he likes or like whatever it is, and his response is just, oh, give me 10 to 15. Like, what if it was just like you were in the middle of something, right? Like, just like if you were like constructing something, right? Like you were building something and you're in a treehouse and it takes you 10 minutes to take down.
Are you wiping?
Yeah. Like, are you like you're in the shit? You're literally on the shitter, and she goes, right now. And you go, oh, okay, my stomach hurts a bit, but I'll be there in a bit. Give me 10 minutes.
No, don't even say. You say, oh, I can't. She's like, I can't do it in 10 minutes. It's got to be now. And you go, let me wipe. And she goes, no, it has to be now. Are you wiping?
Yeah. Nah, my doo-doo ass is running to that bedroom, baby.
Okay,
no,
here's what I actually think about this scenario and your responses. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying because this is how you feel in your head, but you know in your heart that you will be someday in a situation where you have to choose sex or something important, and you will choose the important thing 100 times out of 100.
I don't know. Look, maybe it's just because the fact that it's a video game, right, is the thing.
I really think it's clouding your judgment on this.
It is because like any situation where I'm playing a video game and you know the wife puts on lingerie and does the
We're going to bat for the Super Mario Gooner. I understand.
like that's the thing. Like that. And I understand that that's why she feels like hurt by this too, is because like, oh, he thinks a video game is more important than me. Like she thinks it's not as important just because it's a video game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't agree with her on that necessarily. But if it was me in this situation, I would not pick a video game.
He's lying. You're
right?
just lying. I don't know. What to tell you.
I'm not
You're literally
lying.
just lying. You're literally
But
just lying.
Even if you're
lying.
not lying, and you had a significant other who did this to you, who had low sex drive, who was like, oh, you don't want me, just play it during the game, you wouldn't be with someone like that. Even if you would do it. You know what? I'll give you the credit. I'm pretty sure you would do it, actually. But I don't think you would want to be with someone who does that to you and wants you to put them first when you clearly express moments like these.
Yeah,
that's true.
I mean, that's fair.
Because we're rounding about this situation that Jordan's like, you know, passion for sex and for his wife is going to beat out this, which is true in the scenario.
Yes.
You're with a woman who respects you, gives you the time you need, and gives you space and time and energy to do stuff like this. And I assume your wife does do that. And you wouldn't be with someone like this, or at least if you were, you would talk about it and say, hey, listen, like I do, like I commit to going to locals. I need to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I go to these things. If this is going to be the case where, you know, I got to drop the things that I got to do to have sex, and I did for you, and I did, because I bet you would, it's still not good, right?
Yeah, yes. Okay, fair. It's so I don't know. It's just
I know it's hard to get over because the facts of the
because it's a fucking
hard.
gamer nerd and he should have sex and he should touch grass. Yes,
we
know.
We all agree.
No, like I'm not even like insulting the guy
I'm just
here.
being. I'm disclaimer. I'm just
like,
joking.
I really want to make it clear that like I kind of I hate to fence it. I do like empathize with both of them. And I'm leaning more towards her side because it's like, I don't know, like I put in all this effort and it's like, at the end of the day, like, okay, yeah, sure, it's ruining 7 other people's RuneScape nights, but like, I don't know. Like I went all the work to put on this lingerie and everything. It feels
that's
really...
the thing about the effort. And I do want to real quick address this. Like, this is a classic thing that happens. Someone will put in like a ton of effort for something, and then like the other person won't appreciate their effort. But in a situation like this, they didn't ask you to put in that effort, right? Like, you were getting ready for them, unbeknownst to them, and with no indication that you had plans for this later. So when he says, like, wow, you look really sexy, I can't wait to be with you, and you're like, he really didn't appreciate all the work I did. Well, that's because he lives his own life, right? Like, he's gonna...
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Well, that's the thing.
I think that Danny's 100% correct. I think that Danny is 100% correct when he says, it is easy for us to say we would drop everything to have sex because we are with people who respect us and who would not ever be like, choose right now, me or the PS5.
Then give you, remember, and we haven't talked about it much, give you then the cold shoulder when you come back and say, okay, cool, thanks for waiting. And then it's like, oh no, now I'm punishing you.
You can't say you lost your shot. That's not okay. You can't say
Honestly,
that.
You know what, guys? Let's just be real. I'm just going to fucking be transparent here. Look, my wife listens to the episodes. Honey, if you are ever feeling it and I'm playing the game, just please just let me know. I don't care.
I'm literally gonna start texting her and be
I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna be like, you would never do this to him.
No, she would probably never do it to me. But I'm saying, like, if she wants to, she can.
No,
She's allowed.
I'm gonna text her like when you're like, streaming or you're like deep in a locals run. I'm just gonna be like, now, and then she'll be like, all right, get out. It's time for poontang.
That stream is only 27 minutes long.
Oh my god!
It does not take you 27 minutes.
No, I'm saying like the stream lasts 27 minutes, and then I go have my 16 seconds.
I want to make a disclaimer that I understand that many women have to deal with like guys who aren't reciprocal, who like never want sex or whatever, who put other things before their partner. I really want to make a disclaimer, like I'm trying not to downplay this woman's experience and like her, trying to be sexy and feeling like, upset or hurt. It makes sense. Yeah. It's just like I can't not see the stuff she wrote and say, well, I feel like the guy really does like still like her and wants to do stuff and is like trying and like this is and I feel like from her post it feels a lot of this is her problem that she's trying to fix, and she of course needs her help from her partner and they're trying to figure out together, but like it is about her. It is mostly about her. The sex is down once a month and he's getting frustrated. He's like, babe, what's the problem? I really would love to have sex with you. You don't want to have sex a lot. Like, what's going on? And so it can be kind of like, it feels rough that it's like, man, you got to open up about this. If you're going to try and do more sexy stuff, be more open, be more fluid. Like, and this isn't always the case. We don't know if he always rejects her like this, whatever, then it's a different story. Mm-hmm. But from what we know, this is what we got.
From what we know. Yep. Because there's also the issue of like some people want to have, a lot of people actually want to have sex when they're like in the middle of quality time with their partner, right?
Yeah.
Like, and if a person is in a situation where they're not getting a lot of quality time, then there's a lot less opportunities for sex because there's a lot less like time together and random intimacy
so like
and
if
stuff
you're
like that. But again, we don't know that.
Of course. We don't know a lot. We don't know. We're missing a lot of context. So just know that. Yeah. But at least.
But I do get where like sometimes people get dressed up to like make themselves feel sexy to want to have sex too, right? Like it's. You guys aren't gonna like my answer when we get to the fucking.
Let's vote.
All right, let's vote.
Decision time.
All right, Jordan, do you think that this guy should have put down his dang game?
And she's not the asshole?
I think she is not the asshole still.
Farting.
I know you guys are going to hate that, but I do not think she's the asshole.
We're gonna put this to the test over the next couple. I'll tell you that.
I'm texted.
I got her on speed dial. Please ruin Jordan's life.
Yeah.
All right, I guess, Danny, I guess I'll ask you, do you think this woman is the asshole?
Yes. Yes, I do. I think and when I say an asshole, I don't think she's like a mean person or like evil or whatever. But this moment where you kind of ruined his night, because she mentions this, she says, "I feel like I ruined his night," which you kind of did too. It's give and take. In this moment, you were kind of an asshole.
You know what, Danny? Sometimes I wonder how I got so lucky to have a friend as consistently correct as you, as just right and based and red-pilled. Listen, I knew that I was pulling the trigger for this guy the second I heard he was a gamer. You know,
Me too.
We got to do what we got to do.
Yeah, it's
The council has spoken.
It's been a while since we've had a disagreement. That was nice.
Yeah.
That was fun.
it's a tough kind of disagreement too, because I'm really not
wanted
like
to pull you over to our side.
I know, and you kind of did, but like I still just feel for her.
Of
Still,
course.
I'm not even saying the
We
guy
both
was
feel
wrong.
for her. Of course we
Yeah.
do. She's having
I
trouble.
just
Bad
feel for her
situation.
more than I feel for him in this scenario.
Yeah.
I just still.
Well, I understand.
I know.
I get it. It's just like it's just you gotta be real. You know.
Yeah. I think honestly, like if I was really guessing the full context of this relationship, it would be like what I said, where they might not have like a lot of quality time nights together, and they need to. There's other stuff that could be worked on that could resolve this situation of them not having a lot of sex.
Yeah,
For
sure.
I mean, I think that's that way for a lot of relationships, and it most of the time is not things like, oh, people don't find each other attractive anymore or stuff like that. That's not. I don't know. That doesn't. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen in
You're like,
relationships.
that's not
but
real.
yeah, it's just not real. There you go. It's probably there is some underlying other thing that is going on that is making the sex not happen as much as he or she wants. But I don't know. At the end of the day, all I'm getting at is like I do kind of get where she's coming from.
I don't know. You would just never be with that kind of person. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you. I do agree with you.
But if you would really killing you.
I'm sorry.
You're like, I was like, oh, the Earth isn't flat. Here's a picture. Oh wow, you know what? You're kind of right. Okay, cool. Do you agree with me? No.
We're not gonna get a yes out of him because
Fuck.
at base, it requires him to admit he stands with a gamer over getting sex, and that's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's true. Can't do it.
It's just not
Can't do
gonna
it. Sorry.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right. Well, I feel pretty good about this. We all good calling it
I'm
here?
good. I'm
Yep.
great. Feel awesome.
It sounds like maybe you don't.
You're so annoying.
No, I'm ready to get these. I'm ready to get these life ruining, improving texts from my wife soon.
Oh my god.
So-
Shut up.
You're ready to go to prison is what you're ready to do.
I'm gonna put you in prison myself.
All right, good night, everyone. Oh, wait. Before we leave, what if instead of getting all dolled up in lingerie, she showed up with the T-shirt that says, "I paused my game to be here"?
So hot, Joseph. I'm gonna pass out.
All the blood left my brain.
Okay, that's it. Bye. Bye.